Alright, in this tutorial we'll be implementing some security features, that is Inspector. So Inspector, we know that is associated with EC2. This is me as the user will try this hands-on first to clarify this concept. The agenda of today is to implement Inspector in an EC2 instance. Will be also be able to download the PDF associated with any kind of security risk with respect to the EC2 instance which we have created. So let's now dive into the hands-on. Alright, we are at the AWS console, so let's start everything from the scratch. We'll go to EC2 because Inspector is associated with EC2. Let's first spin up one instance. We'll click on launch instance. Let's name it EC2 Cloud Guru Amit. Let's scroll down a bit. We'll keep everything as default. We'll use Linux instance. Please note that we also want to SSH into the instance. So if you have missed my tutorial, then you can navigate where I've explained SSH because it's an advanced tutorial. So let's now create one key pair. So let's name it EC2 Inspector. We'll create one key pair. Yeah, so the key pair is done. We need the key pair in order to SSH. So next we need to make sure that auto assign public IP is enabled because we want to SSH. Also now allow SSH traffic from anywhere because we'll be using our this computer. So let's select specifically, like, let's create some trouble for us. So the trouble will be purposely doing some kind of opening the ports. So we know that opening ports which are not required is a security issue by itself. So that's what we are doing, and that's what we want Inspector to detect. So let's check those things. So I'm opening, let's say I'll randomly open port 21, 22, 23. I'll select anywhere. Please note I'm doing it purposely. Do not try to do this in your real projects or on your like office, otherwise you'll be having tough time in your office to explain this. So let's create this instance now. So we are almost done. So it's launching our instance. It takes some time. So let's dive into the architecture diagram where we are. So this is me. I'm using the console. I've created one EC2. So now our next step would be to install the Inspector agent, because unless we install Inspector agent, Inspector AWS service cannot work there. So we need to SSH and install using the backend. So let's do it now using EC2 instance connect. So let's go back. Since our instance state is running, so we can now SSH definitely. So let's click on connect. So let's now scroll down. We have the connect button here for the EC2 instance connect. So we can use EC2 instance connect to directly connect to it, or you can use PuTTY or CMD as well. So let's do sudo su. So I have kept the commands handy. So first will be in order to install, we need to first download the agent. So let's do it. So let's paste it. Yeah, so we are done. Let's do a curl on it as well to showcase. Yep, so this is also working. Now next step would be to install, right? So let's now install it. So yep, we are done with installing. So now let's duplicate this tab. We are done with let's go back to the architecture diagram. So we are done with this part, Inspector agent installing this thing. Now we need Amazon Inspector. We'll be creating some assessment templates and all, and finally the report. This is our end goal. So let's go back. Here we'll type Inspector, and before going here, so let's also check give you the instance ID is something 829, just remember the last date, and public IP address maybe also be required. So we'll be using the classic console. So let's switch to classic. So let's click on get started. So let's cancel this, we don't need it. So the first thing is to create assessment target. So what is assessment target? Since we need to make sure like our EC2 instance is the target. So currently this is our target, this EC2 instance. So that's what we are doing. We'll be creating one target. Click on create. We need to name it like EC2 Cloud Guru assessment, any kind of. So we'll include all the instance. I currently have only one instance, so it doesn't matter for me. It will automatically include all instances in this AWS region. So let's save it. So once it's saved, we can check it as well, this thing. So we can also preview the target, like which EC2 instance is targeted. So if you look here, this is the public IP. Let's match it. Here is also the public IP. If you look, also if you want to check the ID, it's something 829 as mentioned. See, this is the same ID. So we are targeting the EC2 instance. That is we are on the right track. So that's how we know. So let's we are done with the assessment target. So now go ahead with creating one assessment template. So templates are nothing but some predefined rule. I'll name it EC2. So there are already some this is our assessment like which we have created in the previous step, EC2 Cloud Guru assessment. So there are some predefined rules as well which AWS provides. So we can use the best practices. I'll select all. So if any of these are breaches, so that will be reflected in the report. So let's create 15 minutes report. What I mean by report is the PDF report. So that will be reflected in our PDF report. So let's go back. We don't need SNS or anything. This is just a simple kind of demo. So let's now click on create. So it's almost on the progress. So assessment runs. Since we haven't run any kind of assessment now, so let's select this under assessment template. Let's select and click on run. So we have seen assessment has started, success. So under assessment runs, it should pop up. Yep, it's popping up. So it takes some time for the assessment. It currently you can see the findings are 0. It will populate to some findings because we have purposely opened some of the ports as mentioned, because you might remember that we have while treating the instance, we have purposely opened port 21, 23, 24, these all things from anywhere, can access. We don't want to open unnecessary ports as one of the best practice. So let's check whether inspector can detect or not. We need to constantly refresh it. So see, currently the findings are 4. So I think we are good to check the report. So here is the download report button. Here in the below also, like you can check everything, but it's not much descriptive way. So let's click on the PDF. I'll generate in PDF format. Findings, I'll just generate the findings report. Click on generate report. So it opens a new tab automatically, and the report and the findings will be listed. So let's check what it does. So this is the assessment report on specific time, what we see. So let's scroll down a bit. So we can see the executive summary of it, like assessment, the keys for the EC2 tags are defined, those things it's mentioned. Let's scroll down a bit more and check. And we have successfully implemented this architecture diagram related to EC2 and security concepts with Inspector, the PDF you have got. So you can implement this in your project as well. If there are any EC2 instance, you can use Inspector to check for any kind of security issues are there or not, and let your manager know about it. I hope you found this hands-on helpful.